I have a confession. And even though I own one of the biggest relationship channels on YouTube, I haven't been the easiest of people to love. I'm a Taurus. About 80% of the things you will read about Taurus women via simple Google search is true about me. I'm stubborn but fiercely dedicated. I love hard, work hard. I have a lot of masculine energy, and I hate hearing no. I believe in tough love, the notion that it's 100% okay to love people from a distance, even if it means they won't be in your life. For the most part, I can deprive myself of immediate pleasure if I know the outcome is going to be worth it. I hardly chase after people, if ever at all, and I love pleasant scents. Allow me to share my top 4 relationship mistakes that cost me a lot. I'm hoping that through this video, you'll pick your own lessons and live better. I'll be right back. Welcome back. My name is Jessica, and this is my YouTube channel. Now, some of the biggest questions I get asked about how I ended up talking about relationships on YouTube includes, how do you know so much? What qualifies you to speak on the subject? Why do you think you can speak for women? And the list is endless. I usually choose not to address or answer such questions because I believe that my advice and my work generally should speak for itself, right? Today, let's talk about me. So believe it or not, I'm 42 years old and I haven't always been this smart. I used to take a lot of relationships for granted. Sad to say that I was probably their first heartbreak because if I'll be honest with myself, I thought I could never give relationships 100. So yes, the first mistake I want to talk about in today's video is taking my relationship for granted. Now, it's not uncommon for individuals to realize that they didn't fully appreciate or value their partner while they were together. This can include not cherishing the small moments, neglecting to express gratitude, ignoring concerns that were raised during the relationship, or failing to invest enough time and effort into the relationship. You see, I've always had challenges with multitasking. I mean, I multitask to some extent, but I find it so draining that I end up dropping the ball in other aspects. My biggest strength and flaw is focus. I know how to zero in on a target. I know how to master something that's of interest to me. So when I'm faced with a life challenge that requires my attention, it's hard for me to share that focus with anything else, right? I become obsessed, and unfortunately, other people and things in my life tend to pay the price of my obsession. From experience, I can tell you this. There are 3 things I had to learn to improve or to help me overcome this particular obsession or mistake. I had to learn to have regular and honest communication in my relationships. You know, sometimes when your partner doesn't attach or understand the importance of what you're trying to do, or they don't simply support it, you'll have major issues popping up from every side. So in order for your relationship to succeed while you pursue your goals, you need to talk to them. You talk to your partner about your goals and aspirations, as well as commitment to the relationship, right? Discuss how you both can support each other in pursuing your personal passions while maintaining that strong bond you have. And then make a conscious effort to spend quality time together. Set aside specific times for date nights, for shared activities, or simply relaxing together. Focus on being fully present during such moments and avoid distractions such as work or personal devices. Do you guys, for instance, have a rule where you say that, look, if we're spending quality time together, no one's allowed to use their phone? Well, to overcome my focus problem, this is what I also had to do. I had to learn to establish clear boundaries and set aside dedicated time for work, personal growth in my relationship. The lesson here is that you can create a schedule that, for instance, allows you to pursue those passions while also allocating ample time for your partner. Stick to these boundaries and communicate any necessary adjustments or changes as time goes on. Negotiate your time. If they love you, they should understand why giving you space and time to do what you do will actually help you thrive. Now, the second relationship mistake I made was ignoring red flags or ignoring my intuition. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm a Taurus, I'm loyal, I love hard. And sometimes when you're completely smitten by someone, it's hard to see through the bullshit. Look, I'll bet my bottom dollar that when you meet someone and before you actually start a relationship with them, they actually show you versions of themselves that are not so pleasant. But alas, the butterflies in your tummy also fog your brain. He's, for example, rude to people, but will never be rude to me because he loves me. She keeps her personal space unkempt, but cleans up when she comes over to mine, so that's fine. What a lie. He knows I hate it when he smokes, and he's promised to quit the act for me. You can't change people. They can only change themselves. They shouldn't be doing it for you. They should be making these changes for themselves. You admire your woman because she's fierce, she's independent, forgetting that to be fierce and independent, she also must have watertight principles that she lives by. And you can't change that. So the thing you admire about her slowly becomes that thing that you hate the most. The warning signs, the red flags, or gut feelings you experience before your relationship gets serious are so important. You must never ignore them in the name of love. Never overlook incompatible values, disregard behaviors you find concerning, or dismiss your intuition that the relationship you're currently in isn't right for you. When you ignore the red flags of your intuition, you'll pay dearly for it. The third relationship mistake I made was settling for less than I deserved. So having your standards too high can make you miss out on truly experiencing love, but settling for just anyone because you have no other option is bound to fail and leave you unhappy from the get-go. When I was younger, I dated some people I knew I wasn't really into, right? They were persistent, I was vulnerable. I personally thought, hey, why not give them a chance and see how things go? He was miserable because he never got my full attention or love. I was miserable too because I felt suffocated and soon started spending less time with him. I think he still hates me actually, but I can live with that. Guys, never settle for anyone when you know your heart's not in it. I really don't care what your reasons may be. Such relationships only breed resentment. Don't be that person who realizes after a breakup that you settled for a partner who didn't meet your expectations or treated you poorly. You'll regret not valuing yourself enough to pursue a healthier, more fulfilling relationship. Take it from me. When you're in a relationship that leaves you wanting more, or if you settle even though you know that the person is treating you bad, you're just setting yourself up for heartbreak. The last mistake I made that cost me a lot was my lack of emotional availability. So emotional availability is a crucial component for building intimacy and connection, right? Yesterday, I spoke to this gentleman on my one-on-one patron service who was so brutal, so unforgiving in his current relationship. I sat with him for 40 minutes and listened to him quietly. When he was done ranting about his current girlfriend, I said, I'm curious to know who hurt you. His answer was he had caught his girlfriend at the time, now ex, on his bed with another man, and it tore him to pieces. They'd dated for 7 years and, now basically his current girlfriend is at the receiving end of his cold-heartedness and emotional unavailability. I mean, I could relate because I've been there too. When the person you love betrays you in the worst ways, your immediate reaction is to curl up, raise high walls, protect your heart, right? It's instinctive. And as much as this is a defense mechanism to sort of help you heal, it can also have adverse effects if not managed properly. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to slowly but certainly drop your guard if you're going to be able to fully love again. By all means, learn from your mistakes, but don't let the next innocent person pay for someone else's sins. I was emotionally detached in a few of my past relationships, and I can tell you this, that in the end, all the time and effort I invested yielded nothing. Today, I'm a firm believer of drink deep or not at all, right? If you know you're only in your current relationship to while away time, leave. You're dealing with real people who have real feelings, emotions. And if you can't give them your best, then walk. Listen, I made these mistakes so some of you watching this channel right now don't have to. If you're guilty of any of these, work on yourself to be better. It's possible to have healthy, thriving relationships. It's possible. And it's possible to actually find love. Now, to wrap up, let me share with you something that I read earlier today, and here it is. We're all seeking that special person who is right for us. But if you've been through enough relationships, you begin to suspect there's no right person, just different flavors of wrong. Why is this? Because you yourself are wrong in some way, and you seek out partners who are wrong in some complementary way. But it takes a lot of living to grow fully into your own wrongness. And it isn't until you finally run up against your deepest demons, your unsolvable problems, the ones that make you truly who you are, that we're ready to find a lifelong mate. Only then do you finally know what you're looking for. You're looking for the wrong person, but not just any wrong person, the right wrong person. Someone you lovingly gaze upon and think, this is the problem I want to have. I'll find that special person who's wrong for me in just the right way. Let our scars fall in love. Thanks for watching today's video. My name is Jessica. I'll catch you in the next one.